Good day, ladies and gents. Welcome to the FairwayFit Golf Podcast, where two friends get together to talk about how we are trying to look good, feel good, and play good. Let's go. All right, welcome back, FairwayFit Golf fans. We are back. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to Greg. We have you here. We also have special guest. The pro, Stevie P, is back with us today for just a normal episode. We're going to kind of do review something that we all took place in this weekend. But Greg, how are we doing? How's Memorial Day treating you?
Dude, busy. I've told you this before. My weekends are busier than my weeks, especially with moving. I think I've turned into a quasi-electrician this weekend. I've hung 7 different fixtures and changed every light bulb in the house and working on 4 other ceiling fans right now. So I've been on a ladder or touching live wires because I am an idiot. I don't shut off the box. I just turn the light switch off and go at it, but it's fine.
Well, I remember when we moved in here that there was one time I was on a ladder in the kitchen and it knocked me on my back.
Did it?
Yeah, it fell completely off. And Courtney was outside and came running in, and I'm like, fine. If I had hair, it probably would have been sticking up, but obviously there's nothing under here. So, but she was like, "Oh, what happened?" I was like, "Nothing happened at all. I'm fine."
Make sure.
Hey, this time, do you mind turning the box off downstairs?
Can you give me rubber shoes and some gloves, please?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
That was one. And yeah, that was exciting, but good. I know I got out and played some golf. Actually, with the rain, I played a lot of golf. I think overall I probably played 36 holes on Friday, probably another 72 holes on Saturday.
It's pretty solid.
18 outside on Sunday and 18 outside today. So, with being able to get to the Sims, which we'll talk about in a minute, did a lot. The rain eliminated youth sports, outside sports for the week. So we were available. I was, before we got on here, reviewing this week, and I'm like, let's kind of get back on the grind really quickly tomorrow. So opens up a little bit, but not too much. But Steve, I know was with us. Steve, you've been out playing a lot. I know last time on, you told us you are working it both ways and getting it all flighted in there.
Yeah. So I think Friday I played. I didn't play 18, but I definitely hit like 4 hours worth of balls. Played some Saturday, 18 indoors, then however many indoors in the afternoon. Yesterday, I had to work this whole weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I work, right? Like the rain doesn't keep me from not having to work, unfortunately. Sunday, Cameron had a lesson, so I took him to work with me. And after about an hour, I talked to the guys at work to open the TrackMan indoor thing that we have, and he hit balls for 2 hours. Then we went outside and hit balls for 2 hours. Then we played 6 holes. He had a lesson, and I hit balls during the entirety of the lesson. And then I played today. I'm playing tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Wednesday's my day off. And then we have our member guest at Stoneleigh. So I'll play, however many holes for that. So, I'm like 7 out of 8 days in a row playing golf.
How's the form right now?
Dude, it's good. I played today, and, I'll tell you what, man, sometimes I'm standing over the ball thinking, just take your own advice, dude. Just take your own advice. You've said this to somebody like 1,000 times, and then I don't listen. I've been hitting the ball really well, like really well. I mean, if I had to compare it to like a time back in the day, probably as good as I've ever felt like I was hitting the ball. But unfortunately for me, for some reason recently, around the greens and on the greens, it's just not as clean as I'd like it to be. So I'm not going to tell you what I shot, but it feels like it's trending in a good direction for me anyways, like what I look for out of my golf game.
Okay. So 73 or something like that.
It was lower than that, but
are we under? Were we under? I mean, is it routinely under right now?
It's like, I mean, if I play a bad round, again, I say this,
Shooting
I've been
73,
saying this a lot recently. Yes, 73, 74. So
Okay.
like a good round for me. Today I played pretty good and it was a couple under par or whatever it was.
Okay. Wow.
But that was, you know, you get done and you feel like, oh, I left a lot out there. Stuff that was,
I'm
you
going
know,
to shoot an
in no
84,
realm
and I'm going to
whatsoever.
tell you I left a lot out there as well too. So I mean,
That is
before we get going, before we get going
Yeah.
anything, I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Back 9 of Leesburg, is the elite indoor facility. You're going to hear us talk about a lot about Back 9 over the next 10, 15 minutes, but want to do a quick shout out to them. They are elite. They are opening. Their grand opening is on June 5th. They're accepting public tee times right now. You can sign up. If you're looking to sign up for multiple hours, please use FairwayFit Golf BOGO. That will get you your second hour free right now. So in 2 hours, 2 to 3 people can easily get in 18 holes, if not a little bit more than that as well too. So make sure to check them out. We are going to talk more about them, but we want to give them a quick shout out. Make sure to check them out at theback9golf.com/Leesburg, Virginia, or check them out on their Instagram account as well. Steve, did you do the blue, red, white, and blue today?
No, I just played blues today. I wasn't.
Well, you saw the walk-up tournament. Okay.
I did. Yeah. I did see that. I didn't know I was going to play today. I got a text after work. Hey, do you want to play? And I did some yard work in the rain, just a couple things here and there, and was kind of like, you know what? I'd really like to sit inside today. Then the text came through and learned that was the only task I had for the day, and was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go play. And that's how I ended up there. That's how Cameron ended up there as well. And you were gracious enough to allow him to join. Yeah.
We moved our tee time up because we thought it was going to rain.
Yeah.
And at one time it talked about rain all afternoon, and I don't think it really did much of anything. We got maybe a shower for a split second, nothing very strenuous, but I did do the red, white, and blue. And I tell you what, man, I was red early, hot, 3 under through 5, and just rolling. And then I ended up even, and then I ended up 2 over on the day. We all know the back, there is no advantage from the reds. It's just not. On 17, I went for it, and I hit the side of the green on the slope, and it kicked me into the water. So I got up and down for par, and then I hit it into the bunker on 18 off the tee. So I had the weirdest stance. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Off red. It's off red. So
you work out. So, I mean, that makes sense.
So I just couldn't make any birdies coming in, but I was 3 through 5. I mean, you know, the reds on 3 and 5, I mean, they're
fantastic.
Driver, 100-yard wedge, and
throw.
So, but no, it was good. I was frustrated yesterday. I had 15 pars, 2 doubles, and a bogey, and so I shoot 77, and we go back, and the US, you know, the GHIN registers the next day, right? Yeah. And I know we've talked about this, and I was telling Greg about this on air. I mean, I was looking for to be a pretty solid score. And then with the new differentials and the new course rating, it was crap. And it was like a 5.2 differential on a 77. And I'm like, I was frustrated, and I looked it up. I mean, it's 3 shots less now from the blues.
Yeah.
It's rated at a 70, not a 73.
Yep.
I mean, so I'm not happy.
Time to move courses.
Is it, you know, it's great to not be happy being a 3 handicap, Brad. You know what I mean? Like, you played bad and you're like, I beat 95% of people who own golf clubs in the world.
Yeah, but we know at Stone Lee, if you put pins in certain spots, it is 3 shots different, almost the side on a couple places.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So I was a little frustrated. Obviously, if today jumping around tee boxes, I did not put that in. So maybe that will help me for my future member guest that I'm coming up on in a couple weeks. So, but yeah, so we do have a lot going on in the show today. We're going to have a little bit of an icebreaker question for everybody. I think it's something it is something I heard on a another podcast that I've been using as research, then we are going to talk about Back Nine. All right, we weren't able to get over there with the rain. Shout out to them again. What a tremendous facility, which we will get into. And then we're going to kind of, we're going to be kind of judgmental there at the very end of the episode. And we're going to, talk a little bit about some stereotypes that might be out there. But here's my icebreaker. Okay. And again, both these guys on here have not heard my question. But here's my icebreaker. So here it is. What does it mean to be a stick in golf?
We're gonna have varying different answers, like for sure.
I think so. I mean, we usually do.
I would say, like, if you're considered a stick, you're probably a 5 or below. And that's in, like, just, I think, in the wide range world. I think once you get down to Stevie P's world, then the stick is basically like your scratch or a plus. But I think basically being a stick is like, I think you're like, I don't know. I guess I might have to actually say maybe like a 3 or below, because like you're naturally shooting 5 over par or below on a regular basis. But I mean, I would say probably anywhere between a 3 and a 5, you're considered a stick, and then obviously anywhere down below that, yes.
I think I would have to go. You'd have to be at least a scratch to be a stick. A guy that's going to could go into the 60s and go low. The consensus I have heard is that you're going to, and I think with Stevie P's smile, and anyone watching this on YouTube can definitely check out his smile right now. He's going to tell you it's going to be a +2.
Oh, yeah.
if not even better than that. But I'm going to say it. I mean, outside of the handicap though, and Steve can elaborate here. What's a stick? I mean,
yeah, okay. If we're looking at a generalized definition, I agree. A stick is not a guy who's, he's not thinking of, man, I hope I make a par on this hole, right? Like he's a guy aiming at flag sticks and making birdies. So I would, a +2 or better probably would be a stick. At your course, is a scratch golfer a stick? Of course he is. But I think a stick is also, kind of the way I look at it, is somebody who can handle their game in a manner that is consistent. They do what they want to do, right? Like, I've played with 80-year-old men who never miss the fairway and never miss a green, and they 2-putt everything, right? That guy's not a +2 handicap, but that guy is a stick. When you play with that guy, you're like, dude, when I'm 80, if I'm still playing, your game is what I'm looking to do. But I think that's more sort of what I look at a stick as, is somebody who's capable of doing what they want to do with the golf ball. That being said, in the wider world, a +2 or better or scratch or better is a stick. You watch that guy hit balls in the range, you're like, that guy's a stick. And I think it becomes pretty apparent just, again, at the driving range. You watch a guy hitting 7-iron 185 yards, you're like, that guy's probably a stick. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know about the driving range, because there were some years that I got addicted to the Z blades, Titleist ZMBs, I think it were, the muscle backs.
Yeah.
And when I walked down there, everybody thought I was a stick. And then when I started to hit the ball, they started to think otherwise. So, I kind of gave it away early.
I think that could be signs of somebody who might be a stick, right? Like, it's like, if I wanted you to think I had $1 billion, I could go rent a Ferrari. They have those companies, right? And you're like, man, that guy's got money. And it's like, no, I just had $1,000, for the week.
Rent it for an hour.
Right. Rent it for an hour. But yeah, I mean, I think a stick is, to me, it's somebody who can do what they want with the golf ball. But obviously the better you are handicap wise, the more likelihood you have of, Scotty Scheffler would be the ultimate stick, right? He's the number 1 player in the world. So I think that's kind of my definition.
So I feel like kind of piggybacking a little bit on that, maybe skewing a little bit of a different direction. I mean, obviously where you are in your game can dictate a stick, but for me, a scratch golfer right now, and I don't want to, and I'm not, I think you guys know me, I don't toot my own horn or anything. I mean, I'm actually probably more of the opposite when it comes to a lot of things, but I play with some guys who are considered, I would consider scratch, that are maybe one handicaps or not. And a lot of times those guys play the most boring golf. And that's why I think like your +2s, your +3s, your +4s, the guys that can go into the 60s, to me, that's a stick, because I think you said it one time, you're firing at flags.
Right.
I don't need to be the 80-year-old that's rolling it up the front of the green to 20 feet and two putting and shooting 1 under because he got lucky on a par 5 and got it close. I want to see a guy that's going to, he may have 6 birdies, but he might also hit 2 out of bounds and save par or save bogey on both of them and shoot 68.
Basically how I play, except I shoot 98.
So, but yeah, I was just curious. I heard it on a podcast. I thought it was a great little intro to what they were talking about. And again, I mean, it's different. I mean, you can think a guy's a stick real quickly, and then you get out there and it's a whole new game. And we'll get to that one at the end of the episode here. But let's kind of revert back. So on Saturday, the 3 of us had the opportunity to meet up at Back 9 in Leesburg. Again, another shout out to them. What a great facility that they have going here. And I think we just kind of want to give it a review, the pros and the cons, right, of what we saw, some things that we see maybe coming, some things that we enjoyed, some things we did not. And I don't know, somebody take it away. What are some things? Let's start off with some pros. What is one thing that we really just, was like an aha when you got in there, how nice it was?
I think ambiance, like everything that I've seen some like, you take away the bar and restaurant simulator golf centers and, they kind of have a great setup and whatnot. But when you walk in, he's got like, the live wall right next to the PuttView. He's got like, leather couches. I don't want to sound like Ron Burgundy, like I have lots of leather bound books and it smells like rich mahogany. But I mean, like, it looks like he took time and effort into making it like a welcoming place when you walk in, even before you get to the simulator area.
Yeah, I think spot on. I think whoever, and I want to say shout out to his wife, because I think he told us his wife did a lot of the decorating. But when you walked in there, it almost, I mean, I don't want to sound, in disrespect maybe the 3% of our audience that are female that listen to us, but it felt like an old school bourbon bar for gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
You walked in there and it had this feel that like, this is a club. This is like a high society, high end club that every few seconds you heard a ball hit a mat.
Yep.
I mean, hit the impact screen. But I mean, I thought it was done really well when we walked in.
Yeah. I mean, my first impression was sort of like, you walk in and it feels like a professional, not a fitting place, but like almost like kind of like a tour trailer a little bit. Like, it's welcoming, but you immediately know that it's golf. You immediately know that like what we're here for is something, one, obviously that we enjoy doing, but it doesn't feel gimmicky. It feels like more on the serious side. Like, you're going to have a good time there, but it doesn't feel like it's a game, right? Like, I've been to some places that are not, I don't want to say similar, because I don't think it is similar. I think this one kind of stands out for the reasons I'm going to say, but places where, to me, it's more like those places were more like a bowling alley with golf, right? This felt like we're coming here, we're bringing our clubs, I'm wearing golf attire. I'm going to come in and I'm going to, work on my game, do something serious, play a round of golf. If that's what we choose to do with our time that we have allotted. There's a place to relax. There's the putting green while you're waiting. But it's not like games and fun. It felt more like, hey, we're taking this on a more serious level, which I think is great. I think sometimes that gets missed in golf. It's like, how do we make golf fun? How do we bring people in? It's like, well, there's a big group of people that want to come in and they take the game seriously. And this is a place that allows you, if weather doesn't permit or you don't maybe belong to a club, to go to and feel like I'm here to take this seriously while also enjoying an atmosphere that doesn't feel like goofy games and kids running around and that type of stuff.
No gimmick.
Yeah, I definitely felt like what Greg said, like the ambiance when you walked in there, it didn't feel like it almost felt like there was the unwritten rule, like you couldn't get out of hand, right? And then you're not gonna like you need to be on your best manners here. Right. We walk over our shoulders back and everything. Like it felt like a higher end bourbon bar where you're going and I'm gonna say bourbon because I'm not drinking a martini, but I mean that's just not me. Kind of like what was I thinking of when we just walked in? It almost felt like I was in the barber shop where they give you bourbon and they trim your beard and like the really nice places, not the one with the candy stripe pole, but like the one that's like they're trying to make sure to get you like long term. And I thought it was incredible. And then another pro that I had, and again I might be taking some of your guys as well too, is the space of the bays were outstanding. You didn't feel jam packed. You didn't feel like you were, there was 4 of us there, and there's the 3 of us hitting, and then of course Dave, the owner, joined us for a little bit to kind of hang out. It never felt like we were on top of each other.
No.
And I've always felt either at people's private ones or whatever, it's kind of like you got to stand perfectly straight up and down while you're waiting to hit your golf ball. And I never felt that way there. They were large. I think he said they were 20 feet wide, and it puts you about 12 feet back, and then almost about another 10 feet till the couches. So it just never felt like you were jam packed. And but I don't know. What did you all think?
Yeah, I thought the bay, the design of the bay, to your point, is very spacious and great, which is nice. You don't feel that the confines of the space. But the other thing was that it felt private. Which I like that. Again, just kind of piggybacking on what I was saying earlier, if you're somebody who's going there to do something more serious with your golf game, you don't have the distractions of the stuff on the outside. You have the privacy of the bay, even though the one that we were in was not the private bay. And I really liked how that felt. It felt like, this is our space that we're in here, and it's just us in there. The couches were comfortable, all that stuff. The thing that really surprised me, I didn't know much about it except for on television, was how awesome I thought the full swing was. I've hit on
too.
Hitting on TrackMan, hitting on Flight Scope, hitting on the G Quad. I've hit on those those launch monitors before. I thought the full swing was phenomenal, and the interaction that you have with the screen in front of you and the shots that you get to hit, just the visuals and seeing the numbers, it's really immersive. It almost feels like you are on a range. And I know that a lot of them are designed to be that way, but in terms of what we saw when we played the course that we played, I thought it was, really, really top notch and really cool. So the full swing, I don't want to say surprised me. I just didn't know anything about it. And having left there, what an awesome program and simulator that they have. Because it really feels like I hit this shot, it goes that number. I hit this shot, the contact felt like it did this. And then you see that reflected in front of you is beneficial and awesome as someone who has played golf as long as I have and, all that stuff. So I thought it was great.
Yeah, I would say the exact same thing about full swing. I kind of, obviously TGL, I believe, is full swing. That's kind of all I've ever seen from it. And, I didn't get to play those holes, but maybe next time, getting in there and kind of seeing it and seeing what you got it. Now, And I don't know. I'm nowhere close to tell you that, the full swing is a yard off or TrackMan is this or vice versa. I'm never going to, I don't think I'll ever be that caliber to tell you which one is better in that sense. But I've hit more on TrackMan probably than the majority of them because of that's what most of the facilities you go to do have. I honestly, I would take full swing over TrackMan. I thought it was,
100%.
and I think Steve and I kind of talked about it. I thought it was going to be more like your, we're older, Nintendo to your Sega.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo was more of the cartoonish, still great graphics and everything awesome, but then
Right.
Sega was more of your natural, realistic games back then. And I like Sega, and I just didn't know what to expect with full swing.
Right.
But if after what we did on Saturday, I would say the best thing I've hit on is full swing right now. I would put it in front of a TrackMan if I was going out to buy one, which I'm not.
Right.
But if I was going out to buy one, I think full swing's the way to go. I mean, it really was. The way to go.
The funny thing is not, we went Saturday, and on Sunday I was hitting in a TrackMan bay, similar experience with the golf course and all of that stuff. And, again, I think launch monitors nowadays give you a lot of the same data. They're very similar, all that. One thing that I noticed with the TrackMan one that I was in, to what I was saying earlier, was I would hit a shot and it felt like I did something, and the TrackMan would give me good numbers, but what was reflected in front of me didn't do what it felt like I was doing. Whereas on Saturday when we did the full swing, it did feel to me like the full swing did what I felt like I did with the golf ball. And obviously swings change day to day and all that stuff. But I was really impressed with the full swing, having hit on all of those other launch monitors. And again, as for the side of golfers who are going to go there and use it as like, hey, we want to play 18 holes at a really cool golf course. We played Ballyhack, which is down in Roanoke, which is a course that I've played before. And I don't know how many times during the 2 hours or whatever we were there, I mentioned like that house is there and that elevation is there. And, that's what it looks like. It's a really immersive, really cool experience. It feels like you're there. That was really cool to me, because TrackMan didn't make me feel like that when we played the Jumeirah course for the DP World Tour Championship on Sunday. Yeah. It was kind of like the screen's in front of me. Oh, hit your shot, whatever. But the full swing is a really nice representation, I think, of more real life, what you would see if you were on property at the place.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's full swings software. I do know there are third-party software that they all can get a hold of.
Okay.
I think Greg with his SkyTrack can.
Yep.
I think with my Rapsodo, I can, but to some degree, because mine's definitely more of a budget-friendly one. And then I know obviously TrackMan, and they can get into. I think it's called GS Pro. Don't quote me on that. But I think that was full swings software that he was using. It just, I didn't really look into it that much, but that was great. I mean, it really was. And I really liked, and that was something I mentioned to him, that on his bays, because Greg and I look at a lot of them online. We always end up sharing reels back and forth, and we talk about them. They're kind of like your bowling alley, right? So it's kind of like a partial wall separating the two of you. And I actually really liked that he had a full wall separating them. And I kind of was joking, and what Steve was going on, you don't feel embarrassed when you're in there. Well, if I had my golf ball hat, the ball was pendling and back up, nobody would see me, right? Or if I really wanted to break out alignment sticks with noodles to work on swing path, you definitely could do that with zero never feeling like zero people were staring at you. So Greg, what did you think about everything? You weren't there. You did have to go. You had kind of an obligation to get to. But what are some things you liked, disliked, would like to see?
Things I liked. I mean, just like finishing touches. Like it wasn't just kind of, I'll go on the ambience. He took that into the actual hitting bays with the vertical wood lattice, slat walls that basically, one, they help with kind of noise reduction, but two, just it's a finishing touch. It's not just, okay, I got some walls up and that's about it in between each one. He's got like the sound deadening, kind of felt on the walls in between and everything like that. The size of the bays, obviously, I mean, I don't think at one point I saw any of us or anyone else that I kind of even walking back and forth to the bathroom, like kind of take a practice swing thinking they were going to hit a wall or hit something or anything like that. I think anybody that goes there is going to be perfectly fine swinging driver and not have any issues. Basically, I think just overall, like the couch with the table behind it with chairs behind that. I mean, you can definitely bring a crowd and even bring like, hey, honey, you want to come, let's go on a double date. And then you and, Stephanie can sit there and have drinks while me and Bobby play 18 holes. So, and it'll be like something like, oh, we're going to this fancy place and we don't even have to pay for anything. But I think that just fine, like little touches that he did in order to his finishing work makes it to jump up and makes you feel like you're at that VIP lounge rather than just the back room or like, the big jump from, let's go to another gentleman's club, like, the table dance to the VIP room. There's a big jump and a big difference in that. So, I mean,
I think you're dead on. I mean, it was awesome. The PuttView, huge green. I think you said it was 15 by 20, maybe 20 by 24, right along those lines.
Yeah.
I know we did not get out there.
You could see the undulation on it though, which is pretty cool.
You could see the undulation. He did a really good job. He said a guy flew in from Germany to install it, which is awesome. I mean, if I had to come up with a con, I would just wanted to see the lights,
right?
The lighting. I know he said it's coming and it's going to be there in the future. I just kind of wanted to give myself, another opportunity to hit a bad putt. So
I wanted to see my predator line.
The line that goes all the way through. So, I mean, other than that, it's a phenomenal facility. The BYOB, you can bring your own food, snacks, drinks. The brewery that's a walking distance away that's got, I think you said the owner is setting up a little walk-in refrigerator for his client or customers just to come over and grab. I don't know. I mean, it was top notch. If I was looking for a membership, which I might be, that would be top on my list right now. And it sounds like he's keeping the membership total to where it never feels crowded. So you always feel like you can get in there. Only has 3 bays right now, but I think he was working on at least 2 in his back little storage room as he grows. So again, shout out the Back Nine of Leesburg. If you were anywhere close in the area, it is raining. That is the place to be. 24/7 access. The full swing simulators are top notch. The PuttView green there, if you want to grind on the putting green, which let's be honest, we probably all should have been there a little bit more than in the sim, but it's what it is. Go play some outstanding courses and be a part of this golf community. Grand opening on June 5th. They're looking to have a lot of things going on. Second hour free if you use FairwayFit BOGO. FairwayFit BOGO, get your second hour free right now. Man, check it out. What a phenomenal place. Anything else to recap on Back Nine? I mean, 2 thumbs up. I don't know how I could 5 stars, whatever you need, man. It is top notch.
Give it a 10.
Yeah,
I'm not just saying that because they sponsor us. I'm saying that because it really is an awesome place.
I mean, my only complaint, if you want to call it a complaint, or my con would be that we didn't get to stay longer on Saturday because, I feel like that's the type of place I get lost in, man.
I agree.
If weather is an issue, and I don't know how he sets up the booking, but if I could book like 8 hours back to back, you know what I mean? Like,
I know I could get your second hour free.
I think I could do some damage in there. That it was a really good time, man. It's one of the most enjoyable indoor hitting experiences I think I've ever had. by quite a bit, actually, you know, and I love hitting golf balls, and I'll hit them anywhere. But if we get the opportunity to go back to Back Nine,
we're going to, yeah, we're
count
hopefully
count me in. I'm there.
So anyone checking out Back Nine, make sure to check it out. It is a phenomenal place. But before we wrap up here, as we kind of mentioned earlier, we're going to put our snob judgmental hats on. And, you know, we talked about what is a stick, what categorizes what we think a stick or that golfer is. And one thing I noticed being around the golf course last couple of days, you know, hanging out a lot with the kids. I mean, I had Steve's kid out there at the range. I couldn't even, had to basically send somebody over to bring mine home. But what are some things that you are, some stereotypes that you, when you play golf or you look at others playing golf, that you can tell right away if there's a good player or a bad player? So let's just kind of go back and forth. Maybe your top 3 good, top 3 bad. What is one thing that you can tell that is, and maybe bad is not the right word, inexperienced?
I'm going to be really upset. I'm going to be really upset if Greg describes me for any of these things.
Guy's got boa shoes.
He's got a beard, and
so I'm going to start out with one just to get us going. All right, the guy that takes the full swing, practice swing, right next to the ball, full force.
Is that your
good or bad?
That'd be bad. That tells you that he is bad or inexperienced golfer. Full practice swing right next to the ball,
full divot, and everything like that.
That would be one of my first.
That's when Steve just scratches his head like.
Well, what's crazy about the full divot is he's hitting off a mat, so that's that's an even bigger.
Well, doesn't that not on the range? Not on the range, because I mean, obviously in the range a little bit. I'm talking about the guy in the first tee. He's lined it up, then he scoots his 6 inches back, full out, 105 mile an hour driver swing, and then proceeds to hit the ball from right then and there. That would be one of my, right then and there, I could tell you, yeah, you don't play or watch a lot of golf.
All right. Well, mine, it's a pet peeve of mine too. And this actually,
you are a superintendent, so let's see what we got here.
Well, no, this actually goes back to Greg's comment of a couple episodes back about wear whatever you want on the golf course. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I said this at one point, cargo shorts and a shirt untucked. If I see you in that, I know that the first ball is going Oscar Bravo, and those houses are right in your firing line. Okay.
Well, I mean, but we're talking.
If you wear cargo shorts at any time right now, you should get your butt kicked.
Or 1996 frat party rugby white collared polo shirt, stripes down with the cargo pockets that's got 3 balls in each pocket.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about I have zippers on the side of my shorts. I'm talking about you got the pockets hanging in. You could tell there's 3 balls. They're not the same ball. Some of them are yellow, some of them are white, some of them are brown because he found them in the high grass yesterday, you know.
Yeah, and still playing it. And
he's
we're
got
a range on it.
He's got a towel. He's got a towel hanging out of his back pocket.
That one's a solid one too. If a guy's got a towel hanging out off of his belt loop or off of his back pocket, it's solid.
And his one glove is a batting glove. Not even a golf glove. It's a batting glove. Okay, that guy. You need both batting gloves. You need to steer clear.
I'm gonna go with no golf shoes.
Oh, VJ's thing doesn't wear golf shoes.
Really?
He wears those Hakas. Yeah,
I thought he wore like Skechers. He seems like a Skechers guy to me.
He's the last couple times I've seen him
now.
I know, but he wears Hakas, and those are just, I mean, whatever those are. Yeah, he wears Hakas.
Running shoes. Yeah, I don't know.
But if you're VJ Singh, dude, you can play barefoot, and
it's true.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Hakas and a visor. That might be the way to go.
Ooh, man, the visor.
Yeah.
Get my power alleys.
You can't do that. You can't do that when you're bald.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the three of us wore a visor,
I'd have a tan spot that looked like a yarmulke.
So there's my first good one.
Okay.
And you just said it. If you have the legitimate golfer's hat tan, like the pros, you are a stick, right? I mean, you are on the range, legit. I mean, I'm talking like you
or
take
you
it
just
out.
wear a baseball hat
Yeah.
all the time.
No. I'm
I don't
talking
know
like
if that
there's-
can
you
be
can
like
tell
a
it's a
legit.
golfer's.
Yeah,
hat.
there's
Not
a
even-
there's a difference.
Dude, I played
I
baseball
think.
my whole
Yeah.
life, and I never had a tan like that.
Mm-mm.
It never happened, like ever.
Yeah.
But the golfers won, like when a couple of those guys on tour on that Sunday round, when you're seeing them on TV,
Yeah.
that's telling me right then and there that they're sticks, they're players. So
Yeah.
you don't see it a lot at AM where we play, but that'd be one thing that'll tell
Right.
me. What else? Give me another one. Good or bad? Putting with a glove on?
Yeah, that's a bad one. Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus putted with a glove on.
I was getting ready to say, man, Jack Nicklaus put it with a glove on.
There's a pretty big important picture where he's got the glove on there.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. So signs of a good golfer.
Maybe something on their bag. Not on their bag.
Okay,
No.
I got one for you on the bag. Okay, it's a putting disc. It's hanging off the bag. You throw it down on the green and you putt to the disc. So the reason I say that is I've only ever seen those at tournaments.
Okay.
Professional tournaments. If
So
you
that's
see a
it.
guy,
Good. That means
Yeah.
they're good if they have their own putting disc.
well, it's a guy who realizes the hole isn't always the important thing
Yeah.
to putt to, right? So, and
Or
he's
there's
working
so
on-
many people on the putting green. You need
True.
your own. And I've seen that
True.
a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Too. Okay.
I mean,
I
in
like
that
that one.
you could say, you could say that that's a sign. I think that's a guy who's maybe not a sign of a good golfer, but at least a sign of a guy who's a serious golfer. And I think a serious golfer, somebody who takes
Agreed.
it seriously, is gonna.
Could have something.
I'm just gonna
have
make
something
it
like that.
a simple one. Like maybe it might not say like you are a good golfer, but you're at least a golfer that takes it
serious
seriously.
golfer, right? Yeah.
You have a towel that you clean your
Huh?
clubs between shots. Or
Is it-
you could
is it
you could-
attached to
you
your
could-
bag.
no,
Not
no,
attached.
not attached, not attached. It's
He's
gotta
talking
be
about. He's
the,
talking
I know,
about
I know. I have
the
two
one
of
that you
them.
Yeah.
the one that you throw over the railing of it. That way, as you walk back to your bag, you clean your club. Probably one side's already been dipped in water and is wet, so that is
Yep.
good. And then you dry it up, put it back in your bag. Obviously, piggyback can tell you probably aren't a serious golfer if you have like 1975 grass still in your grooves.
I would agree. Well, I think
Like if your irons look grass stained, that's an issue. Shout out for I love you to death, but clean your clubs.
Yeah.
I could say that to my son. Please clean your golf club.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Let's
I like
see.
that. Off the bag, got to have a club cleaner tool. I mean, that's got to be something right there. Range finder, pretty simple one. Kind of lets you pull a nose and player. What is another? What's one that maybe say that you're not that golfer?
That you're a bad golfer.
Yeah. What's
I mean,
another one? to say
Stevie
you're-
P. I mean,
I'd
Steve probably say if
say-
you carry around 2 tees, or if you carry
well,
around.
Oh, not 2 tees, 2 golf balls.
No,
You
he's
can't-
talking about what I carry in my pocket. That's what he's talking
Oh
about.
yeah, you. I know you
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that's more of a superstitious thing, but that's like
Okay,
grown
I'm a
up-
superstitious person. I'll actually,
Yeah,
I'll
that's-
respect that.
I look at that as a playoff beard or whatever. That's my,
Gotcha.
when it's game time, 1 tee. And hey, listen, if you're playing with me and I got 2 tees, you get one. So,
Sure.
I'm just a gift giver.
Uh,
So signs.
But no, but piggyback what I said there though. If you're carrying around an extra golf ball,
yeah, I think for sure. I think that's
now,
an
there's times, right? There's
I think it's
times where you need to
situational.
throw
If it's
one.
cart path only,
Yeah,
if
correct.
I'm not walking my butt clear across number 2 from
Right.
the right side tree that I usually hit it into, all the way back to the cart path to grab a ball.
I mean, I don't
walking.
even
I'm
usually
carrying
take enough
support.
clubs. I usually will hit whatever club. If it's even 30 yards short, I'll try to sling something in there to get that extra bit.
I would
yeah.
say I would say if you play with different golf balls on every, if you start with a red one and then the next ball you have is a yellow one and the next ball you have is a white one, and
without losing the golf ball.
right, if you're just
Playing with
swapping,
different
if
golf
you're
balls
just
without
swapping,
losing the
you're
golf
just swapping balls out. I mean, that's maybe he's a vibes guy, and that's great. But dude, I can't go look for that red ball in the green grass because you know what? I'm not colorblind, but I still can't see it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm like,
whatever.
yeah, that's a good one.
I think that's one. I think I said the towel in the pocket. Maybe
Yeah.
this is just things that irritate me about people who play golf. I don't know. It's like maybe
Just waiting
people
for one to come out about me. Then there we go.
no. What was I going to say? I would say you can tell a lot about a player by how they approach a shot, making a shot. Right. I think a pre-shot routine.
Yep.
A pre-shot routine. They do it every time. How they, I guess for lack of a better word, like how they carry themselves,
Yep.
Through a golf shot. I think anybody who is more serious or a better player, they go through their routine, they line themselves up, they walk in, they go through the whole shebang. And somebody who's not maybe as good or as experienced doesn't either know to do that or doesn't understand what that serves. What purpose is that other than let me get here, look left and go.
Yeah. I would even say the before COVID, right? If you were somebody who left the pin in, you weren't really always thought of. At least I thought it was. You weren't always thought of as a serious golfer. I think you had to take it out then. And then when
you
COVID
did,
happened, now everybody leaves the pin in pretty much 80% of the time until you get inside like a 10-footer where you actually think you're going to make it or something. But
yeah, I still feel like I'm breaking the rule with the pin in. I played enough golf before the rule change, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get a one-shot penalty, and it distracts me. But pace of play, all that stuff. But
I don't hit it very close, so sometimes I need the pin in just to see the hole. So I had a couple 60-footers today. So what else? Give me one more before we sign off here.
Let's do a good one.
Or bad.
Let's do a good one. Let's end on a good note. Let's not, maybe we don't crap on anybody else. Let's do a good one. What's a good golfer look like, Greg? You can just look up at me and you can say
it is true. A good golfer. Let's see. I want to say that his bag doesn't look stock. It's totally mismatched. Like there's not like, you look at my bag, I'm pretty much all ping, some Titleist wedges, but like, I think that like a good golfer has like pieced something together that like, you never see. You see like, okay, Titleist wedge or Titleist irons, tailor-made wedges. You see a tailor-made 3-wood, a ping driver, and something else.
I agree.
It's pieced together. It's not just, I bought this off the shelf.
No, I agree, but I would go even one further. That if it is a stick,
maybe got a lead tape on there or something.
Tape, or they have one club that's like 10 years old, and it's either a hybrid or a 3-wood that guy just would not get rid of. Like it's the tailor-made bubble.
I break that. You just totally like denounced your good golfer because I have a Covert 2 3-wood that I refuse to give
I'm
up.
saying that is a good golfer. I'm saying that is a good golfer. You've got that club you cannot get rid of. You don't want to have, you want to keep that 3-wood. So, because that's what they say, right? Don't they say once you find a 3-wood, you don't give it up, and so it basically breaks in your hand.
Right.
But you can switch out drivers every other year, or every year will do. So I'm saying, no, that's a good player that has that obscure, it could be, I don't want to say putter, because I think people switch putters quite a bit, but like a 3-wood or a hybrid that is 10 plus years old in there, because they won't get rid of it, right? It's their go-to club off the tee. So, but no, that's good. It's always interesting to look up stereotypes, and I know we probably fall into quite a few of them as well too when we're out on the golf course. But guys, appreciate having you on again. A big shout out to Back 9. Thanks for sponsoring us. We have enjoyed the process so far, and your facility is outstanding. Check them out at theback9.com/Leesburg, Virginia, and give them a follow at B9 Golf Leesburg on their Instagram. Check us out on our website, FairwayFitGolf.com. We've got a lot of apparel out right now. We got a PGA Championship line that is going with a phenomenal logo. especially something you can wear on and off the course, and definitely when you're on your way to the gym, to make sure that you are trying to look good, feel good, and play good. Next time, check us out. We'll have Stevie P back on for tips from the pro. Hope everybody can get out sometime this week.
Yeah.
Hope everybody can get out sometime this week and hit the links. Until next time, we'll talk to you then.